Hello guys, I'm Dr. Ranjan, your pharmacology faculty at Mero, and I take immense pride today to introduce one of the stars of Mero who has done extremely well in the FMG exam, and he has scored an unbelievable score of 241. And he is Giridhar from Tamil Nadu, Chennai, and is a pass out from Yerevan State Medical University and Armenia. And I had a talk with him, and it was his first attempt. And to get such a score in the first attempt itself speaks volume about the person himself. Would he have done in this journey of prep? How he used Mero, and little tips and bits we'll take from his life of about how he went about this exam. So first of all, congratulations, Giridhar, and
Thanks a lot, sir.
welcome to the interview.
Thanks a lot, sir.
Okay, Giridhar. So, first of all, I'd like to ask you, I mean, you had this amazing score. So, I want to ask you, what was the primary source of preparation for the FMG exam?
So my primary source of preparation was only Mero, and I started using Mero like 2 years before.
Okay.
So yeah.
So basically, you were introduced to Mero when you were in the beginning of 5th year, I guess, isn't it?
Yeah, 5th year.
In the beginning of 5th year.
5th year.
Excellent. And how did you come to know about Mero? From your peers or just like that?
Yeah, it was through one of my friend. Like I came through. Like I started seeing. I saw her using the app,
Okay.
and she was studying physio. So
okay, great. So, see, Mero, you must have gone through the videos of 19 faculties, and it happens at times that we get inspired, right, apart from academics, from other faculties, that we have inclination towards some faculties. So can you name a few faculties of Mero whom you like the most?
So Dr. Rakesh Nair, I love his lectures. And second one is you, sir. It's you. You make pharma very simple and easy to understand, and like it stays in the head like for a long period of time. Like, and Dr. Rohan Kandelwal and Dr. Manisha ma'am. Like, I'm a fan of quotes or her quotes also. Like,
okay, great. Yeah, so Rakesh sir is in depth in medicine, and actually he's a department in himself, isn't it?
Exactly.
Medicine.
His video lecture like almost covers like around like 50 to 70 questions in each exam, I guess. Like more than 70,
exactly.
Easily.
Yeah, exactly. So
he teaches anatomy, physiology, micro, patho, medicine.
So medicine is an amalgam of everything, and he literally goes into depth, and he makes sure that you not only clear the exam, you become a good clinician as well.
Exactly.
Right. So let's talk about videos. See, there are 3 pillars to any prep. These are videos, QBank, test series, right? We'll talk about one by one. So videos, how would you watch the videos? I mean, would you just watch the videos passively, or would you actively take notes after watching the videos as well? What was your strategy?
So the first time when I watch a video, like I used to watch passively, and the second time, like it'll be like either like if I watch the video in the morning, the second time I'll watch it in the night or the next day. So that time I'll make sure like I take a proper notes of it, and I like mark the key points, and then I used to solve the question bank immediately the next day itself. So I come to know about the points, like the places where I should focus more. So yeah, like that was my like idea for preparation.
Okay, so I would like to highlight here one point, guys. Whoever students, FMGs are watching this interview, the most important point he has told us here is while making his notes, he would mark the important points. And how do you know the important points? Faculties, they would tell you in the videos. Plus, while you solve, he said he used to solve the QBank. And while you solve QBank, you would see in a topic, some points are repeatedly asked, right? So you need to mark those points. And Giridhar, I'm sure those marking of those points would have helped you immensely during revision time.
Exactly, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah,
I used to because like it's impossible to complete like 5 revisions, like studying the whole books, like so like you can easily focus on the point.
Exactly. So this is the most important point. Whenever you make notes of Mero, make sure what is that you're going to revise time and again, right? So coming to the videos part, right? While you study these videos, the Marrow lectures are in depth, right? So they're not only for competitive exams, but they're also to make a good doctor out of you, giving you in-depth knowledge. And
Yes.
obviously, I mean, they're going to help you for other purpose. So I just want to ask you another aspect. While we are an MBBS student, we also have to pass the college exams, isn't it?
Yes,
So
sir.
where the Marrow videos helpful for you in your college exams?
Yeah, it was like it was very helpful for me actually. Like, and actually, I topped my final year exams. Like, and I'll give the whole credits to Marrow.
That's
And I was
amazing.
one among the I was the top scorer in the written part. Like, and the whole credit goes to Marrow and
No,
the
that's
faculties.
good. That's great to hear, and I'm pretty sure all the Marrow faculty would be thrilled to hear about that. That we are making some difference in the lives of undergraduate period as well, right? In your life. So, I mean, I just like to ask you one thing because see, you have scored such a good number, and as students, what we do is we always look up to our seniors who have done well, right? So, what would you advise to your junior who are gearing up for the uh, exams which are coming up, the FMG exam or the next exam? So, what would be your advice to your juniors who are preparing with respect
So
to math?
so yes, like as Rakesh Nair says like in like almost every videos he says this word, like always prepare one step ahead of the exam. So like
Yeah.
it's better to solve the Q banks from the NEET PG modules.
Okay.
So because like it's better to solve the Q bank from the NEET PG modules, and solving questions like almost like every day, like 100 to 200 questions during your preparation time is like it's important, and you shouldn't miss on the solving the Q banks.
Okay. So great. So the point he's making here is an important point. That is, uh, you know, you might go for the FMGQ bank, you might go for the NEET PGQ bank, and that can be, different from different person's view. So from Q bank, so let's talk about a little bit about Q bank. So as you have already said, you started preparing for the NEET PGQ bank and not from the FMGQ bank, right?
Yes,
So
sir.
so was it a conscious decision that I need to prepare a level up?
Mhm.
Did you want to challenge yourself, or it was something else?
So from the beginning of my preparation, I was not focusing on the FMG because I thought it would be like if you are preparing for a NEET PG, like obviously it's gonna be easy for us.
Hmm.
So that was my motive from the beginning of my preparation.
Okay.
And first of all, I was not aware that Marrow had a FMG course, and I came to know about that thing at the later stage of my preparation when one of
Okay.
my friend like told that okay, like there's a separate like course called FMG in the Marrow options. You could just select that and you can solve the Q banks. But it was
Hmm.
almost the same actually. There was not such much of difference actually. There were a few
Okay.
extra
Anyway, so
questions.
yeah. So yeah. So those questions in QBank. So you said you would be solving 100 to 200 questions, right?
Yes, sir.
So was there any pattern of solving those questions? Like, did you use the custom modules, or you're happy to go with topic wise? So what is your strategy of using the QBank?
So in the initial period of my preparation, like I tried using custom modules, but like I felt like since it is random, like I felt like
Yeah.
I didn't cover much of a question. So what I did
Yeah.
was like even though if it takes me like a lot of times, like I just went to the order of the Q banks, like in the order like regular order of the Q banks. So
Hmm.
like if I used to solve the topics which I felt it was easy, I used to solve the question banks directly, and the
Hmm.
topics which I felt like it was a little bit blurry.
Okay.
So those things I used to watch the videos and check the notes, read
Mhm.
my notes, and then solve the Q banks. So, yeah,
Okay.
and I was able to complete most of the modules in Marrow.
Now tell me one thing. Did you use a feature in the Marrow QBank called as a bookmark?
Yeah, I used it a lot. Yeah, and during my like final stages of my preparation, like I used mostly bookmark feature only.
You used to revise those which you have bookmarked, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And gradually, did you used to remove the bookmarks which you do now, correct on repeated
Yes,
attempts?
yes, yeah. I used to do that thing also.
Yeah, so that is an important part, right? I'd like to
Mhm.
highlight. See, you have to bookmark the questions in QBank which you are doing wrong, and then only do those questions later. and try gradually removing those which you are doing correct, right? So you are left with selective few which you are doing wrong on repeated attempts. And believe me, that happens with everyone, right? So excellent, excellent. Giridhar, now tell me, see, we'll talk about the third pillar of any prep, and that is grant test. So which grant test did you use to give, the Marrow FMG grant test or the NEET PG grant test?
So I gave FMG grant test only, and
Okay,
throughout
great.
my whole course of preparation, like uh, it's a bit risky move, but I don't know, like I just pulled it out somehow. I just gave two grant tests. One was during my in the first phase of my preparation. I gave one grant test, that is like last year when I was in the
Mhm.
mid final year. I mid half of my final year. I gave my one grant test I gave. So I scored
Mhm.
a score of 182 something, yeah, around
Okay.
182. And so
Mhm.
like I understood, like okay, like I'm weak in certain parts, but so what I did was like um I started like so I kept a I followed a strategy like this thing, like I'll solve the whole Q banks, like all the Q banks, and later let me give an exam before the let me give a grant test before the exam, and
Mhm.
so that I'll know about my level. And I did the same thing. And the second grant test I gave 2 days before exam, and I
Mhm.
scored and I got a score of 210, and I
Mhm.
got a rank of rank three. Yes. So
Excellent. So yeah, so what you can see, you have to learn something from him and something not to learn from him. That you need to give a good number of grant tests. So irrespective of that, he has scored a good rank. But giving good number of grant tests is always advisable, isn't it?
but I
And
used
see,
to
did you?
yeah, but
Yeah.
I used to
Please tell me.
solve questions like question banks like almost like 100 and 200 questions per day. I was
Yeah, no,
consistent on that thing. So
that's amazing. That's amazing because consistency is the feature. Like you need to solve question, and you need to solve question every day, because the exam at the end of the day is MCQ based, and that's the main reason of us solving MCQs, right? And did you revise the GT questions as well with the GTs that you gave?
yeah, exactly. I did that thing. Uh, I used to revise the questions, like whatever questions I did wrong, I used to check like what mistake I did and
Okay, so analyze where you went
analyze.
wrong and what was the reason where you went wrong in the GT
Exactly.
questions. Yeah, so that is
Exactly.
one thing. I mean, people ask how to review a GT, how much time you need to review a GT. I mean, you can give a selective amount of time and then review those questions at least which you have done wrong, isn't it, in the GTs?
Yes, sir.
And for the revision part, just tell us a little bit about how important revision was and how did you plan your revision?
So like revision, like for this exam, like surgery, like at the last minute I just did all the cancer, actually almost all the cancer I did at the last minute, just before, like one day before the exam. And
Okay.
yeah, it helped me a lot actually. Like most of the questions were from cancer, and I think like yeah, revision are important, and like at least you should minimum do 4 or 5 revisions,
Okay.
4 or 5
And
revisions.
4 or 5 revisions, as
Exactly.
many revisions as you can do. So
As
basically,
for
the crux is you could do so many revisions is because you wrapped up your course in Armenia itself.
yeah,
So isn't it? You finish your
yes,
watching the videos, etc., in Armenia itself. So when you
yeah,
so
yes, sir.
when you came so when you came to India, how many months you had before this exam?
So actually, I had a competitive exam between after immediately after I came to India. So I started my preparation in the mid of September,
Okay,
and yeah, some from the mid of September till the January I did.
okay. And how many times did you revise in Armenia itself? Did you have time to revise over there?
Yes, pharma. I think I revised twice. Like it was because of you, like because you used to do a schedule for us and you used to conduct a live classes online. So I used to follow
Okay.
that thing, and I used to solve the Q
Mhm.
banks also, and I used to be prepared before your sessions. Like I used to solve all the Q banks, and I will be ready for your session. So it was like
Okay.
that. So it was,
Okay. So basically, for many subjects, he had revised it once or twice already in Armenia, and so that when he came to India, he had already, see, every subject cannot be perfect. So you can make at least some subjects as perfect as you can, even when you are in your country where you are doing your MBBS. and then come to India and revise multiple times. See, I'd like to ask you one thing. One important thing which students used to miss out is that mini revision, right? A revision of
Okay.
7 to 10 days just before the exam, where we revise all the 90 subjects. So, did you do something like that?
So yes, for those things, I just watched the rapid revision videos. Like it was very
Okay.
helpful actually for me, and I
Mhm.
think like um I saw rapid revision videos like 2 times. I think like for all the subjects, I watched it twice.
Okay, so you use rapid revision videos as well for your revision, right?
Yeah, for my revision, like on the like the last 2 months, I was like focused on rapid revision now.
Okay,
Rapid
great, great.
revision.
Okay. Now tell me something. See, in Marrow, we also do a lot of live sessions as well as these webinars which are done by different faculties. So, did you attend those webinars and live sessions?
Yes, so mostly like most of the session I used to I try to attend. Yeah, I tried to
Hmm.
attend and like and it was very it was helpful. Like Dr. Shakshi's ma'am and
Yeah.
Dr. Rohil Khandelwal and yours
Mhm.
videos. Like it was very helpful for me, and I try mostly not to miss it actually.
Great. And just tell me one thing. I mean, we do a lot of academics and all, right? Apart from this, what was your go-to, hobby or anything you'd like to do that would relax your mind? So, what do you used to do over there?
Relax. I listen to songs and I used to go out somewhere. It's
Okay,
a
any
mini
any
trip kind of. Yeah.
okay, any kind of sports?
No, no. I was not like I stopped like no, I was not doing any sports
Okay, so you did a little bit of traveling and song, right?
and traveling and yeah, I used to music all the time.
Okay, and see, Mero is such a vast app. We talked a lot about it. Any other feature of the app per se which you like the most, which made a
So
difference?
the disappearing option was like it was like very
Yeah.
like it was very helpful for me because like we can easily solve the question banks like q banks like whatever we have solved we can easily like solve it and we can check the answers immediately whether like we have done it like whether we are correct we have corrected our mistakes or not like that. So
Mm-hmm.
it was immense help. Mm.
Okay, 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 great. And see, I always tell the FMG aspirants that after you give the FMG exam and you get inducted into the Indian medical system, right? The very first day of whatever you are going to do, you'll realize that you are only on the very first step of your career. So, what is the future? What do you see yourself doing in future? And are you like gearing up for the NEET PG exam as well?
Yes, like, I'm I'm trying my shot for the December like or like next year.
Okay, great. So, see, I like to tell all the FMG aspirants, FMG students, whoever are listening to this interview, you should always keep your hopes high, right? If you're an FMG, does not mean you cannot clear any exam or you'll not get a good rank in NEET PG. It's absolutely doable. And once you are through the FMG exam, believe me, you're 60 to 70% prepared for NEET PG. The
Yeah.
only thing is you need to go that extra 30% mile. And the only difference between NEET PG and FMG exam now is you have negative marking in NEET PG, which is not there in case of FMG. You need to practice for that, and all of you will clear, and all of you should at least give once a try to the NEET PG exam as well. So if you clear the NEET PG exam, which I'm pretty sure you will clear with such a score in the FMG exam, Giridhar, tell me, if you clear the NEET PG exam, which branch would you like to choose? What do you see yourself doing your entire life?
I would love to choose orthopedics. Mm,
Acha,
orthopedics.
orthopedics. That's
Yes.
great. So, and I'll tell Abbas sir, a new competition is coming in the field of orthopedics. So you watched all the videos of Abbas sir as well, because if you want to
Yes.
pick, yeah, if you want to pick orthopedics, that means you have that inclination towards orthopedics. Great, great.
Yes.
So, Giridhar, it was a pleasure. It was immensely pleasure talking to you. And I'm pretty sure all the FMG guys who are watching you, they must have got inspired from you and they would have taken a tip or two from your journey that they can apply to their own journey. And if I summarize what Giridhar he has done, he has started early. So at least try to start as early as possible, right, in your MBBS journey, so that you can use Marrow as a tool, not only to prepare for the FMG exam, but also to prepare for your university exams or college exams. So you do well in your college exams, but simultaneously you are getting prepared for your FMG exam. And so that by the time you reach your final year, in final year you have some time, right? You can at least do one revision in your medical college itself, which he has done. Once to twice he has revised. And when he came to India after getting his degree, he was already 60-70% prepared for the FMG exam. He just had to prepare those 30%, and in few months he did another 2-3 revisions. He was on track and he could reach there. But he started early, so you have to start early, and only then you can reach your goal. And Giridhar, thanks a lot for giving us your time, and many congratulations to you, your parents, and everyone who have been with you in this journey. And I, as a teacher, all the teachers in Marrow, everyone in Marrow is extremely proud of you. And we would always like to see you doing well in your life. Take care. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Thanks a lot.